everyone, and welcome back. My name is Felicia Connor.
And I'm Tawny, right?
And we are two chicks in a horror flick. And tonight we are talking about the movie Mama. It's perfect for our Mother's Day month, and we are really excited to talk about it. But before we dive into all of that business, Tawny Ray, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Truly, my favorite warm weather drink. It sucks because it makes me all burpy, but whatever.
Nice.
I'm liking it.
She edits all the burpees out, so
I do.
that's fine.
What are you drinking?
Okay, so what I'm drinking is something new. I'm excited. So it looks like this. It looks gross if you're on YouTube. It looks like a watered down whiskey, but it's an old fashioned. But it was in this little bottle. It's by Knob Creek, the whiskey brand Knob Creek, and it's called On the Rocks. And it is an old fashioned in a bottle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's the first time I've tried it. I got it at Safeway, which wherever you are, that's a grocery store in Arizona. So maybe you have it where you live. I tried the Cosmos and they were so good. So they have like these different full mixed drinks in a little bottle. And it's like $4, $4.99. And I tried the Cosmo and I really, really liked it. The Cosmo's always sold out when I go in. It's always sold out.
Okay.
And so then I was like, I can't imagine this is going to be good. Because my husband, when he makes them, he like muddles whatever that is and that sugar cube and all of that business. But it's really good. And when I bought them, the girl at the register goes, okay, the jalapeno margarita, don't ever drink it. It's disgusting. So I was like, oh,
okay.
Shit. I hope this is good. And it's really good. Yeah.
Good.
It's really, really good. That's what I'm drinking.
I also have to just give a shout out real quick for those of you who like Trulies. I'm not drinking one right now, but there's a whole new summer pack right now that's like fruit punch and tropical punch, citrus punch. It's so good. They just taste like candy. It's like really great. I highly recommend it.
Okay, seriously, we need to tag Truly because they should be our sponsor. Because that was really, really good.
Lots of free advertising for you.
Yeah, free advertising for On the Rocks and Truly and God, what was that?
Buffalo Trace
Fresh,
for sure.
Buffalo Trace, jeez.
We're not getting paid by any of these people.
Yeah, we're just like selling their shit left and right. All right. So tell me, what have you listened to, read, or watched?
I have been watching mostly just the Saw movies.
I was going to say Saw because that's what I've been watching nonstop. Yep. Tell them why we are like watching Saw nonstop.
Well, you know what? Let me just say first that sometimes Felicia and I are really busy and we don't plan ahead as much as we probably could or maybe should. I mean,
true.
Get these shoulds out of here. Who's in charge? We are. But yeah. I was like, fuck, earlier this week, I was like, Felicia, fuck, I totally forgot about Spiral. It comes out this weekend. Like, we should go watch it. I didn't say that. I said, how many of the Saw movies have you seen? And she's like, maybe one. She's like, but I'm down to do this, dude. I'm down to fucking binge watch these movies. I was like, are you down? It's going to be so much work, so much time. But she was like, we're doing it. So we're doing it. We're binging these Saws in preparation for Spiral. And you can expect a bonus episode this week on Spiral.
Yes.
So that's mostly.
Fun. I bought the tickets. My husband's going to go with me to the movie theater. Gosh.
Oh, hell yeah.
First time to the movie theater since COVID happened. Right, we haven't been. So we're excited about that. And I was excited. He loves the Saw movies. So, like.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. He remembered them.
Okay.
Like, as I'm watching him and we're talking about him, he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know what to say or not say because I don't want to ruin it for you. And I thought maybe he was just like, trying to pretend he saw them. But no, because then once I see him, he's like, yeah, and how about this? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you really saw him.
Crazy.
Saw him. No, just kidding. Sorry, that's not funny. But yeah, I'm really excited. And Tawny, that was funny because she was like, how many of them have you seen? And I was like, oh man, I think I've seen 2 of them. She's like, oh, there's 9. Or this will be the 9th. And I was like, oh shit. But I bought the subscription to Hulu, HBO, that thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching them.
I'm excited to just, I don't know, at some point we're going to have to debrief about like the series as a whole.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to do episodes on them later, I'm sure. But it'll be really fun. The only other thing aside from that I've been doing is I actually have been playing Dark Souls again. We talked about this, I think, at the end of last year in our like end of year thing, potentially. Or we talked about it at some point. But this is like one of my favorite video games of all time. And just the other night I got an itch and I was like, I want to fire this back up and start playing Dark Souls again. But I was stuck at this one place for like so long. Like I couldn't get past this boss and whatever. I fired this thing up like a couple weeks ago and killed 3 fucking bosses by myself in like the course of like a few hours or whatever. Like I was like, what the fuck? I never kill bosses by myself either, because you can pull some people in online to help you. And so that's where I'm back into that, playing through Dark Souls 1, the remastered.
You are a whole new woman.
I know.
Killing bosses.
I know.
That's badass.
By myself.
By myself.
Crazy.
I want to play one of those games. We do plan when we get our new house to get another game system and put them all in this like little game system room.
Okay.
And so maybe I'll play some more games. I think I'm just traumatized from Silent Hill. And it just terrified me. And then I went and tried to play, I know I mentioned this, Blair Witch, and I couldn't even get out of the fucking forest. Like,
right.
Fuck it.
You also don't have to play all scary games, like.
Yeah, like what?
Like Dark Souls isn't super scary.
Oh. I do play something with my daughter, where, oh shoot, I don't know what it's called, but we escaped from prison. There's 2 guys, they escaped from prison, and we're going to do something. Oh, we're going to go kill this boss who got us in prison or something like that. It was fun. It's fun. No, it's fun. I just don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But I play with her, just not often.
Yeah. Video games are hard to squeeze in. That's definitely like one of the last things that I end up doing. Everything else takes priority for me, but
yeah, there's just a lot.
Have you not had a chance to watch or do anything else?
Other
than Saw?
Saw. I've been just cranking out Saws. And no, I have. The first thing I watched, which I posted, I don't remember which account, my personal or our 2 chicks and a horror flick. My daughter my oldest is very into anime, and she wanted to watch a movie with me, and time is precious. She's going away to college. So I'm like, all right, let's watch this movie together. We watched Your Name. It was so fucking good.
What was it on?
So good. It was on Amazon Prime. We had to order it.
Okay.
Yeah. We had to order it. It's called Your Name. And I'm telling you, I was super engaged with the whole thing. There's some of those anime shows, like I remember when Ponyo came out, that was fucking beautiful. And so we were like, all right. And so we watched Your Name, and I'm telling you, it was really, really good. That was such a fun movie. At the end, we like had tears in our eyes, and we just kept talking about how fucking amazing it was. Okay. The next thing we watched, because you can tell, we kind of were like, because I like download true crime and horror. And I was like, you know what? I just want to feel moved emotionally with love. So we watched Casanova with Heath Ledger. I've seen it several times. My daughters hadn't seen it. Love that movie. It's so funny and so good. And it's just good. Sometimes you just need fucking everything worked out. Sometimes you just need that. And I love that movie. If you're interested, I highly recommend it. I obviously am a diehard That Chapter fan, all up to date with that bad boy. I also started and recommend, so I've done a lot apparently.
I know.
Sons of Sam on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
So I started that with my mom when she was here for Mother's Day weekend. And that seems really good. This was, I won't spoil anything. Just the title Sons of Sam was indicating that the police back then and this particular guy thought there was more than one.
Okay.
And my mom was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. And
Yeah.
she was like really, I don't know, back then was really into the case. So that was a good one. I haven't finished it, but so far so good. And last but not least, just a couple shout outs. I went through a YouTube spiral or a rabbit hole. And after that chapter, I watched, it's called Explore With Us. They call it the Ewu Clan, which is Explore With Us. That's the YouTube channel. They do true crime. They do it in this, like movie announcer. It was dark outside,
right?
That type of thing, and but it's interesting stories. So I watched that. Then it led me down to Nick Crowley. He does YouTube's darkest channels, and it talks about on YouTube dark things that had happened, but it had started with like a YouTube channel, which really got my attention. That was good. There was several of them. So I watched that. And then if you're in our Discord community, and this is my last thing to say, there was a video that's rabbit hole. Okay. Just follow me, rabbit hole.
Okay.
It was on I Wonder, which is the YouTube channel I Wonder. And it was a woman who married her zombie doll. And so I posted that because
I know.
No judgment. I don't know. She's talking about how she loves this zombie doll and she has these other zombie dolls she's romantically involved with. She married them and she's talking about it and stuff. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to share this with the community. And there we go.
I did watch the first half of that video and then I just couldn't anymore. I couldn't do it. I had to get out of there. I was like, I don't know about this.
At the end of it, I was like, I guess I don't know. I guess it's fine. She just loves this doll and these dolls. I don't know.
I guess. These things are endlessly fascinating. If you've ever watched Strange Addiction or My Strange Addiction.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Yeah. There's several people on that show that are in love with inanimate objects or whatever. There was this lady was married to a carnival ride.
A carnival ride?
Yes. If you haven't watched these, you'd love it, I'm sure. It's crazy.
God, I have to see this. I saw the one where this woman ate glass.
Yeah.
And then she ate glass. I saw a woman who was addicted to cosmetics, which, I totally get it. I don't really think that deserves a show. It is what it is. And then but I don't think I saw those two.
It's
carnival ride.
It's people eating shit, foam or nail polish or gasoline. People, that's the whole premise of the show is people doing this crazy shit. In the weirdest way, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel much better because I'm so anxious about everything. I have moments where I'm like, oh no, I swallowed a little bit of toothpaste. Am I gonna die? And so watching this show makes me be like, oh my God, this fucking lady ate 20 tons of mattress foam over the course of 2 years. I'm probably okay.
I love that.
That's just my honest. It's my honest reaction watching that show.
Oh my God, I love that. Because this chick was eating glass. I'm probably fine. Oh my God, Tawny, you're funny. I like it. There is a movie that just reminded me of something. There is a horror movie out. I think it's categorized as horror. I keep seeing it on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix, where the woman is a newly pregnant mom and she's eating things that she shouldn't eat.
What? This sounds awful and also great. Awful in the best way? That would freak me out. That's truly scary.
Yes, it's called Swallow.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it is on Netflix. If it's not on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime because those are the two things I watch the most. And it's called Swallow. And I watched the preview for it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to watch this so bad.
I think I remember catching the first few seconds of it, the trailer, and I was like, ugh. I don't even think I watched it all because it was freaking me out.
Oh my gosh. And I've watched more of those psychological things from the 50s and 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And every single one. And I noticed the comments people post. They're like, wow, even the people with like very severe mental disorders are so much more well-spoken than we are now.
Interesting.
And we don't have mental disorders in quotation marks. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
yeah.
we probably all do. But you know what I mean? Versus
Yes.
like what they're talking about in the show. They're also well-spoken. Because I watched another one where this woman had tried to commit suicide. And so she was talking about it, but she was so, well, I don't know. Well, I guess how crazy. I'm thinking to myself, why? Why would I do this to myself? What would bring me to do this to myself? I'm like, wow. You're like, wow.
Just unexpected, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got. All right. We need like a name. Because you remember Josh was saying, oh, our people are called the Krubies. And we need...
Yes, I know.
He was saying our people should be called the Chicklets. But I was thinking of that YouTube immediately just now in my head, that YouTube channel I was telling you about. They call them the Ewoo Crew. And so that came into my head, and we need a name. Chicklets.
We do. No, I don't like Chicklets, but...
I don't like that gum name, but we'll figure something out. Maybe some of you can say, you know what? This is a good name. You guys should submit names because it's all about you.
Yeah. What do you want to be called?
Yeah. What do you want to be called? You tell us. So tell us on Instagram, on Discord, on Facebook, on whatever you want to tell us. And then we'll do it. Okay, so today we're talking about Mama. It was made in 2013. It's a supernatural horror / thriller. The director is Andy Muschietti. I probably butchered that, but that's who it is. And he actually directed the It film series, The Flash, Attack on Titan, all like comic book series, and The Howling as well. He did all of those things as well. The budget for this movie was $15 million, and the box office was $146.4 million. So good job, Andy.
Wow.
Yeah, very good job. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 63%, and IMDb gave it a 6.2 out of 10, which is standard. I rarely have to change these numbers. They all the movies we're watching are like in that rating.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, lately. The cast: Jessica Chastain, who I really like her. I love all her movies. Chastain?
Yeah.
It's Tain?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then it should be T-A-I-N, not T-I-N, but just kidding. I still love you. I love you.
Your name
I
is
love all the
spelled
movies
wrong.
you're in. She's in The Help, too. And she's in, oh my gosh, she's in so many. I can picture her. Just the titles aren't coming to me. Love her. She was Annabelle. Nikolai Coster. He was Lucas and Jeffrey. He was also in Game of Thrones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Megan.
Yeah, I know this one's weird.
Charpentier. Unless Tawny has a different.
Oh, I thought it was Charpenter.
I was trying to do the T-I-E-R's, maybe like, Charpentier.
Yeah,
Charpentier.
you're probably right.
Charpentier. Anyways, she was Victoria. Isabel Nellis was Lily. Daniel Cash was Dr. Dreyfus. And Jane Moffat was Aunt Jean. Aunt Jean. And she also played, I think, some of the voice for Mama. And the reason I say that is because like a ton of people were the voice for Mama. So it was very confusing when I was trying to put this together. So Mama. The main Mama was Javier Botet Lopez. And he was the main Mama. The cool thing about him, he plays a lot of these beasts or beings. Mm-hmm. He was Tristana in REC series.
Wreck.
Wreck? Okay. I didn't seen it, but I thought maybe Tawny knew what it was, so I wanted to add it.
Wreck is what Quarantine is like a remake of.
Okay. So, he played Tristana. Sorry. He also played Slender Man. Okay. He also played Set in The Mummy. He also played in The Conjuring, which I can look up who. If
Oh,
you
he
would
must
like
have
to
been
know.
the like super gangly.
Yeah.
In the
He
second one,
played-
The Conjuring 2.
Yep.
What is that fucking name?
You know what? I'm going to tell you. In The Conjuring, The Crooked Man.
The Crooked Man.
The Conjuring
Yeah.
2, he played the Crooked Man.
Okay.
And then in It, he played the leper and the hobo. In Insidious, The Last Key, he played Keyface. And more recent to Two Chicks in a Horror Flick, in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, he played the toeless corpse.
Oh, all right.
So he plays like these beings. And so I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Then we go into Mama's voice. Geez, I don't remember her talking that much. But you have Jane Moffat, who is also the aunt. You have Hannah Chessman, who actually played Beautiful Mama. So she was also the face for Beautiful Mama. And then you have Laura Gutierrez and Melina Matthews, who played Mama's voice. So lots of voices, lots of people played Mama. And yeah, that's all I got. So now we will head into 2 minutes with Tawny. Unless we're not.
I'm going to be honest. Totally
We're
forgot.
not?
Totally
Okay.
forgot until
No,
right
that's
now.
Okay. Should I? Okay. This is okay. So you know what, guys? We are true, honest, transparent. So here we go.
I'm sorry.
I'm pulling up Wikipedia.
I'm sorry, dude. I failed you today. I don't know.
No.
It literally did not even occur to me until you started going through this information, and I was like, hold on.
I should have. No, this is great. This is real.
I got so wrapped up.
Real behind the scenes.
I was so busy watching Saw. I forgot.
Saw has consumed our whole life right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just opening up Internet Movie Database because Wikipedia is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs long. All right, guys, here we go. Distraught after losing his fortune in 2008 financial crisis, stockbroker Jeffrey Desange. Oh, is that what happened?
I didn't get that either.
I didn't get that.
Okay.
Now it's all coming clear why he lost his mind. Shit, this is great. He murders his colleagues. I wondered why he murdered his colleagues.
There were so many questions right off the bat.
So many questions. And his estranged wife before taking his young daughters, 3-year-old Victoria and 1-year-old Lily, away from home. Driving dangerously fast for sure on a snowy road. It was reckless. He could have slowed down. Jeffrey loses control of his car and slides down a mountain and crashes in the woods, breaking Victoria's glasses. Surviving the collision, he takes the children into an abandoned cabin, thank God it was there, planning to kill his daughters then himself. He prepares to shoot Victoria, but is attacked and killed by a shadowy figure. Good thing. 5 years later, a rescue party, sponsored by Jeffrey's identical twin brother, Lucas, finds Victoria and Lily in a cabin alive, but in a feral state, like little kittens, after years of isolation. The girls are put into welfare clinic under the watch of Dr. Gerald Dreyfus. They make reference to Mama, a mysterious maternal protector figure. The girls are initially hostile to Lucas, but Victoria recognizes him after he gives her a pair of his glasses and she can see properly. Dreyfus agrees to support Lucas and his girlfriend Annabelle, support their custody claim against the girls' maternal great-aunt, Jean, as long as Dreyfus is allowed to monitor the girls' progress. Victoria acclimates quickly to domestic life, while Lily, not so much. Lucas is attacked by Mama and put into a coma. Lots of shit happened there. Sorry, guys. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But eventually he's attacked and he's put into a coma, leaving Annabelle to care for the girls all by herself. Though reluctant at first, she makes progress with Victoria, but Lily legit remains super hostile. Alarmed by nightmares of a strange woman and Victoria's warning about Mama's jealousy, Annabelle asks Dreyfus, the doctor, to investigate further. Dreyfus's research brings to light the story of Edith Brennan, a mentally ill asylum patient who died in the 1800s. He recovers a box from a government warehouse containing Edith's baby. The baby's remains. Annabelle has a dream revealing Mama's past, When Edith was sent to an asylum, her child was taken away from her and given to nuns. She escaped the asylum, stabbed a nun, and took her baby. Fleeing her pursuers, Edith jumps off a cliff, but before hitting the water below, she and the child made impact with a large branch. Edith drowned, but the child's body snagged on a branch and did not fall into the water with her. Annabelle realizes that Mama still hasn't realized her child was caught in the tree and doesn't understand why her baby wasn't in the water with her. So Edith's troubled ghost searches the woods for her baby, and she discovers Victoria and Lily all by themselves, and they become like her substitute babies. Whew, this is taking more than 2 minutes. Sorry, guys. Lucas regains consciousness after a vision. That was kind of ludicrous in my opinion. But anyways, he has a vision, and then Victoria's growing closeness to Annabelle makes her less willing to play with Mama, unlike Lily, who loves her still. Dreyfus visits the cabin and is killed by Mama. Annabelle takes Dreyfus's case files, learns all about Mama, has the baby, all of that's happening. Annabelle and the girls are attacked by jealous Mama, who kills Aunt Jean, uses her body, goes around and stuff like that, and takes the babies, takes the kids, right? So then Annabelle's like, I'm going because, of all the materials she had. She's like, I'm going to the cabin. She calls her, boyfriend, which is the girl's uncle. It's like, hey, I'm going to the cabin. They're there. So when Annabelle offers Mama the remains, so there's like this whole thing. They're in the cabin. There's like crazy. Let's go to the cliff. Okay. So Mama is up on the cliff and is ready to reenact this whole thing because she had taken her baby years ago and jumped off the cliff, like I just mentioned. So she's going to do that with the kids. So when Annabelle offers Mama the remains of her infant, Mama recognizes her own baby and for a moment is like briefly human with this baby. However, when Annabelle and Lucas try to bring the girls to safety, Lily calls for her. Lock it up, Lily. And Mama reverts to her monstrous self. Annabelle's clinging. Lily, all the shit's going down. And after a tearful farewell, Mama and Lily plummet off the cliff. Mama and Lily happily embrace before hitting the branch, turning into a shower of moths. Annabelle, Lucas embrace Victoria, who notices a moth land on her hand, indicating that it's Lily in spirit.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job.
Good. All right.
Very detailed.
Tawny, what did you think about this movie?
I fucking loved this movie.
Yes. Okay, cool.
I was like, this is fucking straight up my alley. This was made for me. This is, I wrote down literally, it feels like if the 2017 one that Andy, did with his sister, Barbara. Yeah. Silent Hill and Guillermo del Toro had a baby, it would be this movie. And I am so fucking here for that. Like, I loved it. I was there. The moment that the dream sequence started where she goes to stab the nun, I didn't jump off the couch, but I was sitting back on the couch and I popped up off the couch. Jade watched the whole thing with me too. Popped up off the couch and I was like, this shit is right up my alley. It was totally made for me. I'm calling it. I know it's too early, but I fucking love this movie.
Nice. I'm so glad. And it's funny that you say that because this screenplay was written by Andy and his sister as well. And Mama actually was the same painting or painter. It was a painter. No, I know I'm coming in early with this, but his name is Andy Muschietti. He paints these long-necked, kind of distorted, and I'll post pictures in our Discord. I grabbed a link. That painter inspired Mama and It.
This is the same guy, right? Andy?
Yeah. Yes, literally everything you just said was it. And Guillermo del Toro, he financed a huge part of this movie.
Yeah, I saw his name on the front end.
All of it though. The painter, the everything.
Yeah, totally. And as the credits were rolling, I was already starting to be like, oh, I think I'm gonna like this because I don't know how to say it, Muschietti, but I saw the Muschiettis on there. And I thought, oh, that's cool. And then I saw Botet. I thought, okay, that I recognized that name, but I didn't know quite where he where I had seen him before. And then I saw Guillermo del Toro and I was like, shit, I think I'm going to really like this. Like,
yes.
So right in the beginning, I was like, okay, I think I'm really going to like this. But what you're saying is Andy is a painter and a director?
He's not.
Okay.
What I'm saying is bullshit. I looked at the wrong name.
Okay,
the painting was by Amedeo Modigliani. Amedeo Modigliani. I'll post in our Discord. That is the painter. And he paints these women that have these really long necks and these long faces. And that's what inspired him for not only this movie, but It as well. There was a character in
Yes, it reminded me of that one. Yep.
Was there a painting of a long, with a flute? That painting was inspired by this Amedeo Modigliani.
Okay. Really struggling with that name.
I am struggling, but it's definitely not the director. He did not paint the picture. He's not a painter. I had seen it before. I didn't really fully remember it, so that was good. And I really liked it. I did. I really liked it. I loved Mama. I thought they did. I loved her hair. I really liked her. And the reason that makes me happy is because so often if you're doing something digital or what have you, you could really just screw up the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I really liked her. I loved the subtle things. Like this one scene that sticks out for me is when Lily is playing in the room and you see her tug of war and stuff. And then Victoria is like down the hall and you're like, oh shit, who is she playing with? Like little subtle things with that. The only thing with Mama I didn't like, honestly, was the weird hair in the ground. That weird.
Okay, yeah.
She looked like a Shar-Pei. Yeah. But other than that, I did like when she went into the ground. And
me too.
There was only a couple scenes like with Aunt Jean where that hair was moving across the ground where I was like, but it didn't ruin it for me. It just made me kind of giggle. But I liked it. I liked, and we'll get into it, but I personally loved the ending. I really loved it. And I'm thinking about it now, and I just have to say right now, before we get into the movie, fucking Isabel Nalise blew my fucking mind.
Who is it? Lily?
Lily, the little sister.
The littlest one. Okay.
The littlest sister blew my mind. I just kept talking about, God, she was so good. She was so real. And I just fucking loved her.
I felt like both of the girls were incredible. Yeah. I like, you're right that the younger one even had like a harder job to do because she had to be even more wild. Yeah.
Yes.
But I was amazed from the get. Like, these two little girls are so good. And in the very beginning too, that the older girl is so cute. I'm like, could you beat this cute little girl? She's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
She is.
I think that might be a different actress, but yeah.
It was, and I didn't write her name down. Sorry, little actress. But anybody could Google you and they'll find you.
All the kid actors did a great job.
The kid actors were phenomenal. When they stepped out of that car, when they arrived at that house, and she's like hiding behind her sister, and she's all like, I was like, fuck, that's a real person acting. That's what I thought to myself. Like, that is not only a real person acting, it's a kid.
Yeah.
This is not a real kid. She's acting. Fucking blew my mind. I love her. Cool thing, interesting thing about her is she doesn't speak a lick of English. I don't know if she does now, but back then she didn't. That's why she doesn't have barely any lines. Yeah, it's all body language. But man, God, she's fucking good.
I mean, she doesn't need lines. I feel like that works in her.
She's my favorite character in the whole movie. I love that kid. Fucking love her.
Okay.
Do you know though? She was 10. She's not look 10. She looks like TT's age. I was kind of thrown aback by that. She looks tiny in that movie. to me, she looks like she's around TT's age, which is like 7.
Okay.
Or 6 or 7. But it was 10. So anyways, that's just a side note.
I'm the worst at telling ages. I
Neither
have
here
no
nor
idea.
there, but she looked tiny.
Yeah.
All right. We both like this movie. So let's get into it.
I just want to say right off the top, I didn't even recognize Jessica Chastain. I was like, is that her name? Jessica Chastain. I feel like I'm saying the wrong word now, the wrong name, and it's because we had this conversation earlier, and I'm questioning.
You said Tane. You said Chastain. So.
Chastain. But it is Jessica Chastain, right?
It's Jessica for sure.
Okay,
it's both of those names. We just don't know how to pronounce the last
both
one,
of those.
It's probably it's Jessica and it's Chastain. I'm just having a little issue because it's not T-A-I-N. It's like Chastain.
I've always heard it said that way, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
We like her. Anyways, Jessica, don't be mad because we really like you.
Yeah. I feel like her signature red hair, I just didn't even recognize her. So it took me like several scenes to be like, oh my God. Because I remember seeing her name in the beginning, and I was thinking, like, oh, weird. Wonder where she is, right? And then like several scenes later, I was like, oh, fuck, that's Jessica Chastain. That's her. She just has black short hair and she looks like a completely different person.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't even realize. I was like, wow, she looks familiar. Who is that? And I didn't realize who it was until I started pulling the research.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, her classic red hair. Or she might go super, super blondish red, like strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even recognize, like, oh, that's who she is.
Yeah. And she's also in It, too. Chapter 2.
Yes, that was another one. She was in It, too, with this Muschietti.
Muschietti, yeah.
Muschietti.
We're just gonna land on that as how we're gonna say it for right now.
Let's just not talk about the artist.
Yeah. That's all I have for right now. Early notes. All my notes are later.
There's literally like only one thing that maybe there's more things you'll uncover. One thing I didn't like. And I'm starting with that just because there's like only like one thing that I can think of off the top of my head, was when he was in the hospital and he had that dream. I don't know why it hit me wrong, because when she had a dream, I liked it. But when he had this dream, he's like in the hospital, was like, ah, and then there was his brother and he like pointed, over there's my car. For some reason, I just went, that was fucking stupid. I like had this reaction, like, that was fucking stupid. And I think I was also nervous, like, shit, the movie's going to go downhill. I don't remember it going downhill. And then it didn't.
Yeah.
And it was fine. But that one thing, I don't know why I'm being such a
weird
shit about it, but I didn't like that for some reason.
That didn't bother me. I mean, I think it was definitely like a little far-fetched. It was like, okay, this is going to wake you up out of your coma. Like, I don't understand. And then there was something there. I did make a note about this. This is like one of the things that I didn't love. It got really messy in like the third act. Like there was like, I had so many questions. I actually went back to try to like play through to see what was going on. And I think there was like, they must have planned this a different way and then edited it differently, because there's a specific moment. Do you remember when she's on the phone with him and she's like, shit's getting crazy, like I need you here or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I'll be out today. Well, then nighttime happens. It's like 2 fucking days later when he finally somehow like runs into her in the woods. So he doesn't even like go back to the house. He just goes straight out to the woods, which I guess kind of makes sense within his character, but it's like very confusing. So there was like this really muddy, like I couldn't figure out the timeline of what was supposed to be happening, because it was like she was talking to him and I think he was supposed to come home that day. Something got changed. It seemed like in the edit they started flipping around scenes, because then there's like a nighttime scene or whatever, and then it's the next day or something, and she's in the same shirt that she was in like 2 fucking scenes ago that was like supposed to be that day, but it's like a different color, so it might have been like the color. I don't know why I got so hung up on like the continuity in this movie. Usually I can just forgive that and it's not a big deal. And it's not a big deal in this movie. It didn't ruin anything, but I just got really confused. I was like, wait. He's supposed to be home. Where is he? Is he in a coma? Is he not in a coma? Did he wake up yet? What's going on? It just was, like there was something weird in the back part of it. But it didn't ruin it for me. I just was like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I feel you on that. Totally.
Yeah.
I think, let's just be honest. If I went into my kid's room and there was like some fucking nasty black dripping mold, I'd probably take care of that pretty quick. I think I would be calling in the teams to investigate. I would have thought it was mold, probably. I probably wouldn't assume it was an evil spirit. And it's kind of like, oh shit, okay, let me go back downstairs or what have you. This is small. It didn't ruin the movie for me, but I'm just saying, if I saw that anywhere in my house, I would have called the mold people. I don't know. There's people that come and investigate black mold.
Yeah.
That toxic mold. Yeah. I would have called them.
It looks super concerning. Yeah.
I would I don't know, maybe I would have nailed something. I don't know what I would have done, but that's sick. And I wouldn't have let the kids sleep in there.
That's a good point, because that scene just ends. She's just like in there looking. She's like, she gets distracted because I think
it's dripping.
Yeah, the girl comes in and talks to her, and she just like walks away. This is in that section that I'm talking about. I wonder if they cut some scenes. They must have there must be some deleted scenes that were supposed to be in there. But it's very weird. Yeah. Like there are a lot of fucking questions. I feel like, why was this fucking lady in there? The great aunt. Didn't make any sense. Didn't have anything to do with anything, really.
Yeah.
And then
take custody, yeah.
The guy being like weird about the research, right? Like the
doctor.
Yeah, he seems to sense that there's something like paranormal happening right off to the top, but he's weird. I didn't like him as a character really at all, and I'm not saying he shouldn't have been there, but I did find myself having many questions all the way through the movie. Like I was like, well, what? Hold on. What about this? Or like, what about that? That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why does this lady know so much about fucking ghosts? Oh, and then when she comes into this lady in the like library, I don't even know her name, but she's the library lady, and she comes in, she's like, yep, no mention of a insane asylum or whatever. And like she goes on that for a little bit, and she's like, but there was an insane asylum. And he's like, I thought you just said there wasn't. And she's like, there isn't anymore, but there was 100 years ago. It was like, bitch, why didn't you lead with that? And I said that out loud. What the fuck? What? I mean, this is some like manufactured movie drama. I hate it. Like, get out of here.
No, because I'm going to be her for the rest of my life. If I ever have the opportunity to deliver information, I'm going to deliver some basic shit and then go, but and then I'm going to deliver. But you're totally right. You're totally right how she did that. That was hilarious. And Dr. Dreyfus reminded me a lot of the kind of over dramatic doctor in Halloween.
Oh, yes.
It's almost like they were trying to make him, because he was bizarre. I'll let you have the kids if I can meet with them weekly. Like, why was he so fucking weird?
I don't know.
He was like that's what it reminded me of, the Halloween doctor.
That's
he was so dramatic.
It's a good parallel too. And I also like how he's like writing in his own journal, and he's like, now it's time for me to get down to my real reason for research. It's like, you don't have to lie to yourself. Why are you saying that in your own journal? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, again, I wasn't like mad about it or anything, but there were several moments like that.
Silly.
I'm sure that's exactly how to, like, and I get it. This is kind of how sometimes I watch Silent Hill. Like, if I'm being ultra critical, I'm like, I get that there are a lot of problems with this, and there's like a lot of shit that people could be like, what the fuck is going on here? But it's okay. I forgive it. I'm tossing it out the window in favor of me just liking this movie.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm totally the same. I really, really liked, me personally, I really liked Mama. I liked the way she looked. I liked her hair when you kind of would see the waves. I like how she rapidly came up and like approached people, and then how she sunk into the floor. I liked how strong she was. I don't know. I loved her as a character because you felt for her as well. She wasn't just evil. She cared for those kids. Now, the kids are eating moss and cherries and shit, but what else was she? She's a fucking ghost. What's she going to give them? You know what I mean? Like, she cared for them and loved them and was evil as fuck at the same time. And I I don't know, I really loved that character. I loved her relationship with Lily. Because if you think, I thought they did that really well because Victoria was older, so she can remember, but Lily was a baby. Lily would be that way technically. She would. And even to the very end, she would love Mama. She would. You know this because there's tons of evidence of kids who are like physically abused and seek the love of their parents still after being abused. This Mama didn't abuse them, right? She was a ghost and she did her best. She did her best as a ghost,
Come
guys.
on. Lay off.
On. She didn't have a fucking Target card and like she gonna go to the grocery store. She did her best. She didn't abuse them, right?
Yeah.
And so she loved her. And I fucking liked that. I liked it. I liked that, sorry, fast forwarding all the way to the end because I'm feeling passionate about it. I liked that Lily went with her. Because in the end, you're like, no, all the babies, right? Because she's starting to connect with Annabelle and like you want the babies obviously to be with the human parents. But how beautiful was that when Lily was purely happy because she was with her mama. And they were happy. I don't know. I just fucking liked it. I liked it.
You might have to convince me on this one because this is the one that I wouldn't say that I disliked it, but I didn't understand it. And I think that led to my dislike of the ending. Like, that was the only part that I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, no, I don't know. I don't even know if I can articulate what my problem with it was. I just was like, why is nobody doing anything? I was like, this lady's dangling this baby. She's a child. Like, I even said out loud, I was like, get that fucking baby. Get that baby. What the fuck, everybody? You're just gonna let her take her? And like, they seem to be like kind of concerned about it, but not really. Like, not enough.
She did that magic on them. Like, I don't know what it was when she would touch them.
Yeah, this is another one of the questions.
Would, like,
okay,
she would touch them and they would like drain of their energy.
You're just like, sure.
Kept fighting. No, I know. I see what you're saying. Like, I wanted.
And then it's like, okay, oh shit. Okay, now we're gonna watch this kid die. I don't know. I was just like, whoa! I didn't see this coming.
She only cared about Victoria. She only had energy for Victoria, Tawny. That's
I guess
all
so.
she had. No, I see what you're saying. Whatever she was doing, I didn't read much about it, where when she touched them, it would like kind of suck them of their life. It almost reminded me of a Dementor in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Right? Like kind of sucking out of their life. But I think she would have been happy with her dead baby if Lily hadn't have said. That was one thing that irritated me.
Okay. Yeah, when you said that earlier.
Why the fuck are you up on the cliff? Fucking Mama has the dead baby. Grab the kids and get the fuck out of there.
Run.
Why are you just chilling? You know, because then, of course, Lily's going to be like, Mama, that's all she knows. That's her mom, right? Mm-hmm. So why aren't you guys no, let's just chill. Let's watch her. And so then Lily says, Mama, and she realizes this is a dead baby. That's my live baby. She wants to take them both, but at least she has Lily. And they're just like in this, I don't know. I liked it when they were off the cliff and Lily was happy because she was with her mama and it was like safe. It was like this safe cocoon. Like, it wasn't like we were jumping off a cliff to our death. It was like this safe cocoon.
Yeah, until they hit that fucking branch and then I was like, ah!
Done! Then they were little butterflies, man. Little moths. It's all good.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. And when you said that earlier too, when she calls for her and that was like the moment that she flipped, I hadn't considered that. And I think that makes sense in a way that makes me feel a little bit better about the ending. Because I was just like, okay, it's one thing to, buck whatever thing you think is going to happen in this movie. I like that sometimes. Because 9 times out of 10, you watch a movie like this is exactly what you expect to see. Oh, I gave you back the baby, therefore I solved the problem, and you are now complete, and you can go to the other side. At the end, right? I don't know that I would have been super happy with that ending, because it would have been, like, really formulaic, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, why? Shouldn't she be done now? Doesn't that, like, resolve what she felt like was wronged for her or something? I just felt very much like conflicted at the end because it was like, okay, is Lily the one who is, like, what are we trying to say here? Lily can decide who she's gonna go with. She can't really. She's a fucking child. She doesn't have like the wherewithal to say where she wants to go. And these like adults in the situation are, maybe their life force is drained or whatever, so they can't get to her. But I was fight harder than that. I don't know. And then you've even got the older kid who's just like, nah, bye. She's, I mean, it's not quite that callous, but she's like, she does that thing again where she says, no, Mama, Lily, Annabelle, stay, or whatever. And I'm like, as a sister, you're just gonna be like,
I'm so glad
bye?
you said that. Because I almost think it was more on that scene than, because I know that, who knows, with the fucking uncle, she touched him for a half a second and he's over there. But Annabelle keeps fighting, right? She keeps fighting and trying to get the kids, and she's, you know, doing her best. But Victoria's like, no, I'm staying here with Annabelle.
Bye.
Really? That's the decision? How about, no, we need to stay with Annabelle. No, mama, Annabelle and whatever her uncle's name is. You know, like, no, like, that's what it should be. I think that lost it. I think if Victoria was saying that, like, no, Lily, no, and like fighting harder, because obviously the adults are incapacitated, and she's fighting and pulling and fighting, that would have been better.
Yeah.
And then if Lily was like, no, mama, or something, because I do think it makes sense, because for Lily, she was a baby. That's the only mom she knows.
Yeah.
And so that's her mama. And I think it's consistent with the movie, how she always felt good with her mama. So, and then yes, to what you're saying is, I think mama would have been fine with her baby's corpse until Lily screamed out and she realized, no. I have a new baby, you know, and then threw the baby's bones and was like, no, I have babies and I'm going to get them. So.
But then you're like, God, I'm just going to kill this child with, I don't know.
Yeah, it was very much like, as long as we have Victoria, fuck Lily. It really was.
Yeah. I couldn't help but feel that way. And it felt very callous and terrible.
Bye, Lily.
Okay.
You were too fucking hard to raise anyways. We'll take Victoria.
Totally.
Even trade, mama.
You know what? We'll just call it good. We won't tell anybody what happened here. It's fine. Go ahead and take her.
So this is what bothers me with every movie I watch. And maybe I need to grow out of it. But I always think at the end, I thought it Ready or Not. I thought all of them. How the fuck are they going to explain this?
I know, dude. I think the same thing too. Yeah.
Yeah. How are they going to explain they're, first of all, out here with the kids? They're on a cliff with the kids. One of the kids is missing, right? Because you're not going to find a body because she turned into a moth.
You're the prime suspect.
Kid. Dr. Dreyfus is missing.
Oh, yeah.
And
your great aunt.
Yeah, and your great aunt. All of those people were involved with custody of the children. Great aunt Jean also reported suspected abuse of the tiniest one. Yeah. Tiniest one is gone. Yeah. You guys are fucked. You're not keeping Victoria in a real world situation. The doctor is missing. The aunt is missing. The tiniest is missing. You're not keeping Victoria. She's going to a foster home.
Totally. Great point.
I'm glad because sometimes I'm like, Felicia's just a movie. Calm down. And I'm like,
No, I think that same thing too. I think for me, it tends to come in more when it's like people are like murdering people. I'm always like, oh my God, you're totally going to get caught. There's no way that you could get away with this. Like,
yeah. There wasn't a lot of trivia around this movie. Some of the things were, it was originally going to be released in October, but it was postponed to January 2013 because Paranormal Activity 4 came out.
Oh, okay.
In 2012. So they didn't want to, go up against that. And other than that, the makeup for Mama. So that's the thing. The makeup for Botette to become Mama took 4 hours and to get out of it took 2. So that's curious. Like, what was digital? What was actually Botet, becoming Mama? And yeah.
You know what I
That's
liked
it.
about her as a character is that it never lost it. I guess I would say that it kind of lost how scary it was after you saw her for a long time. But usually I'm not a fan of when they show the monster for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is one of the movies that is the exception to that rule, I guess. It never loses its punch in a way. Like, it always looks good, and it always looks still scary to some degree, even though it might get less scary. It's a very specific look. So I liked that, and I also liked that there was a backstory for why she looked so creepy. I do think one of the other things that I was like unsure about is I feel like even in the photo where they showed her as like a real person, I was like, that still doesn't look like a real human being. Like,
yeah, she's pretty bad off.
Yeah, like really, really thin, skinny face, and it must be based on maybe those paintings.
Here
and
we
stuff.
go, Amadeo Modigliani.
But
Modigliani. Sorry.
That was like one of the things that I was like, I don't like that she doesn't look like a real person in a way. Like, it's like too abstract, even as a human being still. But I like how there was like a reasonable reason why she was so like gangly and broken is because she hit that branch on the way down and broke all of her limbs. Yeah. I liked that there was a backstory to that as opposed to just being a scary looking thing.
Yes. And me being obsessed with those YouTube videos about insane asylums and ancient insane asylums and all of that sort of thing, which I watched also and I didn't mention. I thought, I don't remember what the era was that they mentioned that she was in an insane asylum.
Like 1850 something?
So
something
totally
like
that thin, how she was all thin and emaciated, that's what that totally clicked. Based on if you look at pictures of people that were put in mental hospitals at that time and starved. I've seen pictures like that. Now, the long face and the long neck would definitely based on the art of that artist. But as far as being emaciated and like, that was totally in line with what somebody would look like in a mental institution back then in that time period.
Good point. Yeah. I'm like jumping all over the place, so I apologize. But also it just brings me back to that dream sequence where she like stabs the nun and all that. The fucking look of that, just loved it. I mean, it's very reminiscent of Silent Hill with the textures and the, color scheme and all that. Yeah. But I just was like, yes, I like this. It's so stylized. It's very highly stylized, but I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot too. So I did not like it when the brother experienced that dream. I don't know what it was. I was sitting right there and I was watching and he did the dream and I went, oh shit, this movie's going to be stupid. Like, I was in it and then that happened. I'm like, we're going to go downhill. But then it didn't. It was fine. And then when she had the dream, I was there for it. I loved it. I loved everything that happened and how it was explained. How did you like how she wore Aunt Jean as a skin suit and went around?
I could have done without that. I don't think...
Yeah, like, why was it necessary that she did that? Because she doesn't need that in the past. Why does she need it now?
Yeah, she can move around freely. Yeah. And also, it doesn't... Like, I felt very kind of conflicted about who is she attacking and why. It seems like she's attacking people who seem to be a threat to the children and people who seem to not be a threat to the children for the exact opposite reasons. Like, she doesn't want them to hurt the kids and she doesn't want these other parents to be, like, close to the kids. So that's what I mean by just there were so many questions. It was like, yeah, why do you have to take over this body? Why is she... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, right, I'll go. Aunt Jean, I don't like her, though. I know she was, like, the benefit of the kids, but she was also a fucker, man. Because, like, she didn't even give him a chance, I felt. Like, this is why. Maybe because I have tattoos. But she was like, you can't handle this because, you fucking play bass. And, like, I don't know. She just came across as this higher than thou. I can provide the right environment, but you fucking can't because what, you were in a band? There was just a lot of that bullshit where we don't even know her environment. Can she? Just because she's straight-laced and like, I don't know what she does. Maybe she's whatever she does. And maybe she has money. That does not make you the right mom situation, right? But then, of course, I didn't hate her that the kid is bruised. And, that's good. Always look out for kids, especially like if they look out for kids, period. So that was fine. There was just something about her. I was like, fuck you. That's how I felt. I felt like, fuck you. Get out of my house, bitch. That's how I felt.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt too. And I just want to clarify. I actually think that Mama saw that lady as like a threat to the children. I don't think that you know what I mean? What I'm saying is like Annabelle and the uncle were the good ones. Those are the people who Mama was afraid of like a nurturing relationship with. And that's why she wanted to attack them, because she saw them as like a threat to her relationship with the kids. But then you've got Jean around with all her like crazy fucking energy. I'm sure she seemed like a threat to the kids. And so maybe that's why she took her out. I don't know. But like, I don't know. It just seems very random and like chaotic.
Maybe it was just another element. Like how crazy that Mama can go
be
into the body.
She did have like a lot of powers that just kept getting unveiled as we went, and this is one of the things that I kept having questions about. I was like, wait a minute, what? She can possess people? Why haven't we seen that yet? And then she was like sucking the life out of people through their back or neck or whatever. Like I was like, okay, that's weird. I don't know.
You could actually see it was very Dementor-ish. Yeah, you could see the black, like, I don't know, life force going into her.
And she even had like a bruise back where she was like sucking it out like through the mattress from her. But why? I was like, what kind of thing is she supposed to be? I'm very confused. I mean, again, it didn't matter. I was along for the ride, but they're just, I think there was a lot of shit actually that we could have just dropped. Like Aunt Jean just didn't seem like she was critical to anything. And also the like uncle waking up and going out to the place also didn't seem very critical to me. I was like, he could have just stayed in a coma. I don't know. Why was he? I mean, they were maybe just getting their money's worth out of Nikolai.
You're right, because once they go to the cliff, she just does, like does whatever, the Dementor shit, and he's done.
Yeah.
And he's done. And Annabelle keeps fighting. So there's got to be something with Annabelle fighting that maybe Mama stops fighting for Victoria. Maybe there's a little bit of respect there. Because fucking Mama has fought for these fucking babies. And now Annabelle, no matter what Mama does, keeps fighting. And so maybe it's like, okay, cool. You have Victoria, I get Lily. And then unspoken, Annabelle's like, sweet. Because Lily was fucking hard.
Yes. That I did at some point feel like, God, what do you do? Like I felt really bad for Annabelle. I was like, this fucking lost cause, dude. I don't know anything about kids.
But when she blowed on her hands.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then Lily stopped and was like, I fucking loved that. She was like, wow, that felt good. It felt caring. It felt loving. Mama can't do that. Mama can't blow warmth on her hands, right?
Yeah.
And that moment, God, I loved that. I loved that. And in a weird, disturbed way, I loved that Mama and Lily got to be together too, because Mama technically really wasn't such a bad person. She was, and she wasn't. And I love that. I feel conflicted.
Yeah.
That I feel bad for Mama, and Mama's a bad person as well.
Yeah, totally both. And I cried when the other girl, Victoria, said, I love you to Annabelle. I teared up a little bit. I was like, I like hated Annabelle in the beginning. I was like, fuck you. Being such a bitch. Like,
calm the fuck down.
I know. Dude. I was like, get out of this situation if you don't want to be in it. Like, don't be so shitty to these kids. They're just fucking kids. But she really turned it around. I liked her arc a lot. It was like one of my favorite things about the movie, I think, that I was able to follow her from the beginning to the end and really feel for her. But I was sort of like, okay, you're coming in hot on these kids, dude. Like, this fucking sucks for them. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, there was one scene where she was like, what's wrong with you? Oh, yeah. That's the right fucking response. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I loved her arc too, because she was coming in hot, and then there was that moment where she would get a hug, or where she blowed the that's something you just do. I've done that as a mom. That's like you that's just something you do. She did it, and when she saw Lily click, she was like, "Oh, you like that?" And that, God, I thought they did that great. I really, really liked this movie.
I did too. I know I'm doing a lot of complaining about it, but like,
no, yeah,
I don't care about all of it.
I mean, it's not like my favorite movie of all time, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I really liked Mama. I really liked Lily. Lily was my number one favorite character. Victoria number 2, and Mama number 3, and Annabelle number 4. Those were all my favorite characters. I really loved the ending. I don't know why. I think because through the movie, you don't ever really, you know what? Maybe because I identify with Mama. I am viciously protective of my children. So maybe I didn't like hate her because of that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think there's something you can relate with she loves those babies. You know, you can't think about they only ate cherries and moths. You can't think about that because she's a ghost, right? So you can't say that. It's not like she's a real human and she's not going to the grocery store to buy them food. So she's taking care of them. She saved their lives. Yeah. Their dad was going to kill them, and she saved them. Then she cared for them as a ghost, as a fucking ghost for her whole life, for their whole life. Then they were discovered, and she wanted them back. Mm-hmm. I relate to this. No, well, I'm not a ghost, but like no one is taking my babies. And then all the troubled emotions that becomes a ghost and all of that sort of thing that's weaved into it, right? She wanted her babies. She did not hurt her babies. She came to the home and played with them and protected them. It was only because Victoria understood, okay, this isn't right. That's the only reason. But that's it. Like, I'm rambling. But I think it's because I just understood Mama. And I thought it was beautiful. And I loved her relationship with Lily. And I loved how they played that Victoria was old enough to understand that this wasn't right, but Lily wasn't. I thought all of that was beautifully wrapped. And Agreed. I loved it.
And I think to add to the beautifully wrapped piece of things, I think the backstory of her as a ghost and the way that she looks is very neatly tied up. I like that. I like how there's a mechanism for why the doctor wants to study them and why he backs their claim. I think there was a lot of work put into why things were happening. It just maybe wasn't like all the way there, you know, because we kind of start to lose that through the end of the movie, I feel like. But yeah.
Can I ask you something? There was one thing that really, I did the research, but I'm going to ask you your take on this. The baby, okay, so when Mama jumped off and was going to die with her baby, and it got caught. So the baby still died, but not in the water. I think that confused me with why that was such a different thing that made her keep searching. Because at first I thought, oh, maybe she didn't die. Oh, the baby's alive. I thought for a moment because it was in the blanket. And then, no, that guy was holding. There was a picture of the guy holding. And I was like, oh, I think that baby's definitely dead. But that wasn't right.
Yeah.
That confused me a little bit. They both died, but did they just not die in the water together? And that's why she wasn't holding it. Anyway.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I had that same thought process because I was like, oh, maybe she didn't die. Now she's like a person somewhere and she's like searching her
I thought
out or
maybe
whatever.
she was alive. She lived in the little cocoon of the branch. But usually when you watch a movie and you fall off a cliff and there's a branch, you survive on that branch, right?
Right, yeah. Yes. But then they do show that baby cloth hammock hanging from the branch and there's blood. I thought this was beautifully done. I really liked how you just got the message oh, this baby dead.
This baby is done.
Without seeing a dead baby, because the, blood is spreading in the fabric. I thought that was good. But I couldn't help but feel like, oh, okay, now that the baby's dead, why wouldn't they be together? And also I just couldn't help but feel like this isn't a regular ghost. I don't know. I felt like she was some sort of other thing. And Jade mentioned something about a banshee, maybe. Like, so maybe she's supposed to be some other type of creature.
So there was one piece of trivia I read. So let me just read this to you, and maybe I'm, way off in outfield, or maybe I'm right on. The curator of the archives describes a ghost as an emotion bent out of shape, barely human, condemned to repeat itself. This is almost word for word how the main character defines ghost in The Devil's Backbone, Crimson Peak, in both of those movies. Both movies were directed by Guillermo, fuck it. I can't say his name.
Del Toro. Just go Del Toro.
Monsieur Del Toro. The later, also starring Jessica Chastain. So Del Toro provided much of the financing for the film and blah, blah, blah. So I think the main thing I wanted to say was how an emotion bent out of shape, barely human, condemned to repeat itself.
I see what you're saying. Instead of I am looking at this ghost person, Mama, as like a fully functional human being with the ability to reason why you would want to do something or not. But the way that in this movie they're explaining this spirit it is an emotion bent out of shape, destined to repeat itself. So of course she gets to the top of that thing and she just wants to take another baby off the cliff with her. It's not a logical thought process. It's just this is what I did, and I don't feel like this child is safe with these people. Whether or not we as the viewer think that's true makes that actually clears up so fucking much for me.
Yes.
You were right on, Felicia. You were right on. Because I am like, oh shit, yes. Okay, I got it. And it is this like, okay, so it's not this like, because I think we're looking at it through this traditional sense of it's a ghost. It has to wander around until it closes its shit gets solved or whatever. You know what I mean? That's always the thing. Somebody has to go to the fucking library, do some research, find some old fucking drawings.
Here's your baby. Sweet.
Let me tell you what happened to you. You jumped off a cliff and you hit this branch with your baby. And then they're like, oh shit, I didn't know. Thanks. Let me cross over to the other side. But that is not what this movie is, actually. This is a completely different creature. And it's not that it's like it's not that it's not a ghost, but it's like, yeah, this very specific definition of a ghost. And with that, you solved it all for me. I'm totally great.
Because I'm feeling super excited and stoked on this, because if you think of emotions, all of us have experienced emotions where we're like, why the fuck are we thinking that way? Why do we feel that way? Why? And we can't explain it. So that's the thing. She felt, for whatever reason, in her emotional state, which none of us, unless we've been in that emotional state, and hopefully we've never been in that emotional state, she felt as a human being, I need to take my baby and jump off. The only solution is to kill me and my baby. And unfortunately, for all of us true crime lovers, we know that a lot of parents think that way.
Yeah.
That have done murder-suicides. And that's horrible. We don't understand it. We don't understand it. And you know what? We never want to. But people do think that way. So if this is an emotion that keeps reenacting, the only solution is murder-suicide with her child.
And for me, I think the thing that solves it is not necessarily murder-suicide, but it's I'm going to do a better job with you. Like, all these other people you're not safe with them. You're not safe with them. You're only safe with me, right? Which is why she took her baby from the nuns. It's why she took Lily and Victoria from the dad, because he's trying to kill them too, murder-suicide. So you're like, wait a minute. I had this moment just now. I was like, wait a minute. He's trying to do the same thing. But no, it's something for her to protect and take. And then she does the same thing with Lily later. at a second time. Yeah.
So that makes it all very real. So that this is an emotion that is replaying itself. That's what she needs to do. That's what she needs to do continuously and over and over and over again. But at the end with Lily, she completes it. Right? Mm-hmm. She actually completes it. I guess completing it, now that I'm talking about it, is actually falling into whatever she falls into after death with the baby in her arms. Because originally they did both die. She completed that mission.
But not really.
Not together.
Yeah.
Right? She dies and the baby dies, but they die separate instead of together.
Yes.
That's good.
We did it.
We did it. Okay, so Tawny, what do you rate this movie?
I'm going to give Mama a 3.75.
Oh, fuck yes. It's fucking great.
Pretty good.
Are you kidding me? It's really good. It's really, really good because I'm looking at all your scores right here. Oh, damn.
I just felt like I couldn't quite get it to a 4 because of all of the questions and the, but I loved it. It was my vibe. I was here for it. I feel like it was made for me. But I can also recognize the problems with it, which is why it gets demoted to a 3.75. That's all.
You know what's crazy? Insane in the membrane right now. I voted it a 3.75 as well because that's what I voted Trick or Treat.
Okay, yes.
And I feel like I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed Trick or Treat.
I think I did this. No, I gave Trick or Treat a 3.5. So it's a little bit lower for me, but yes, it's in the same realm.
And honestly, I feel like, here's the hard part. I feel like I connected, obviously, with Mama and this storyline a little more than Trick or Treat. But there's some movies I rated a 4 that conflicted. Like, I did like the 4s more. So that's why I still continued with the 3.75. I think overall the experience of the movie, watching Mama and watching Trick or Treat, was the same for me.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now what are we doing next week?
Next week is my pick for this Mother's Day month. And we are going to watch The Babadook, which I've seen, but Felicia hasn't. So you can find us on all social media platforms at Two Chicks and a Horror Flick, except for Twitter. It's Two Chicks HF. Also, you can support the show over on Patreon, and we have a Discord server where we want to create a horror community. So if you want to chat with us about horror stuff, that's where to do it. We also have a free tier over there on the Discord. And be on the lookout for our Spiral episode. This episode might come out first. I don't know. It kind of depends.
I'm so excited. We are hardcore cranking out Saw.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this conversation. I can't wait. So you guys, tune in.
We hope you guys have such a good night. No nightmares.